growing up, like I know you mentioned Blazer Vision, watching the Blazers. Who was your favorite player to watch? And then if you had to do a player comp for yourself, who would it be?
Rasheed Wallace, of course. He had the most skills on the block, bro. He had the most skills on the block. He was a stretch four at the time. He could shoot it with his right hand. He could shoot it with his left hand. He could put it on the floor. You know, if Damon Stoudemire had the ball in his left hand, dribbling on the fast break, and he was going down the right side, you already know what was happening. It was a lob, and he was finishing. Player comp, you know, Damon Stoudemire's left-handed, but being 5'10", you know, and at the time when I was a kid, I was tiny. So, you know, that was probably the player comp.
Okay.
Yeah.
Word.
Tay hasn't heard this, and I know my listeners have heard this story, but I got to say this because you are another fellow Rasheed Wallace.
Come on.
I was so happy when he left because he needed that.
Oh,
ring.
yeah. Gotcha.
No, I was because growing up, I met him 5 times. Each one of those each one of those times I met him, it was very empowering, and he always ended all our conversations. You don't have to play basketball. Like, go do something else.
Oh, good for yeah.
And I was kind of like, Rasheed Wallace, I'm getting a Papa Murphy's pizza. Why the fuck are you here?
Right.
Or meeting him twice at the Lloyd Center at the bottom, right? Where you meet the Max up to like left hand side, and like they were so impactful meetings to me. Yeah. And like when they were talking shit about Sheed, now I know he did some shit. Okay, I know he did some shit, but he was very uplifting for me. Yeah. I was very happy and proud of Rasheed.
Can I make I think this is really important to say, and I know Tay's probably gonna piggyback off this, but I really think the Jailblazers, you know what I mean, the whole stigma of the Jailblazers, the city of Portland needs to apologize to the Jailblazers for not necessarily all the antics, but at least for the cannabis use. Because if you look at every street corner in the city of Portland, there is a dispensary, but most of the Jailblazer like shit was just off of weed.
Yeah, for the most part.
You know what I mean? You got Ruben Patterson, with the nanny and stuff, and you have like Zebo with the fight with Ruben. Yeah. But like, so what?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everything else is just weed related.
For the most part.
The city of Portland needs an apology.
Yeah, especially now that we pretty much legalized everything underneath our kitchen sink.
Right.
Like,
wow.
Right? The city of Portland needs to have an apology for the Jailblazers era. Like, bro, and you know what's so funny? Even that's crazy to say, but even the Trailblazers, like when they do their eras and they talk about the 80s and 70s, 80s, 90s, bro, they leave out the 90s. It's only the early 90s. You know what I mean? They leave out Rasheed a lot.
Yeah, they leave out the late 90s to mid 2000s. I'm not gonna lie, and there's no knock on anybody on the team now. That era of the Blazers, they felt way more accessible. Like I would see Rasheed out.
Sure.
He would come to the Boys and Girls Club.
Zebo.
I mean, Stud is kind of weird. Just I shouldn't say weird, but he's from here, so it's kind of an expectation. And I'll just see him out at parks, cookouts, this, that, and third. But Derek Anderson, Scotty, he would still be out every once in a while. Bonzi, I would see him out as a kid.
Yes.
So it's like Jermaine's another one. I mean, I was a little younger, but yeah. But,
wow. That's actually gonna be a clip,
bro. It's
Damn,
real.
That's hot. That's not even
should
hot
have
take.
happened, bro.
Yeah, no,
it should have happened, bro. That's especially 2016 when all the weed stuff started coming out.
Yeah,
bro. There needs to be an apology for the cannabis part of it, and that was a huge part of it.
Now let me ask you this: still on basketball, would you say you prefer this